So we all know that MK is famous for its guest characters that have been in every game since MK9, to Kratos, Freddy, Jason, Rambo, the Terminator, the Joker, and Spawn. Those are very fantastic guest characters, and in today's video I'll be taking a look at the characters I want the most in MK1. This list is going to be a variety of different characters, because if I were in, this would consist of 90% Marvel and DC characters, but I can only pick one character from each universe. But without anything further to say, let's get started and let's talk about my top 5 guest characters I want in Mortal Kombat 1.
Hiya, Georgie.
Number 5. Pennywise. In Stephen King's novel It, The Origin of Pennywise, also known as the creature from the Macroverse, the creature, It, Pennywise, predates the existence of the universe as we know it, existing in a dimension referred as the Macroverse, an otherworldly space beyond the limits of our reality. Pennywise is identified as being known as the Deadlights, a cosmic force that transcends conventional understanding. The Daylights represent an evil and ancient presence, and their true form is said to drive anyone who glances upon them insane. And this could be something to do with his fatality in the game. But anyways, Pennywise disguises himself as a clown to exploit the fears of its prey, particularly children, but he can obviously change his look to represent the fear of the character he's fighting. The novel delves into the history of Derry, a town marked by its massive darkness that seems to attract Pennywise. The creature's connection to Derry is intertwined with a recurring cycle that repeats roughly every 27 years. During these periods, Pennywise awakens from its dormant state to feed on the fears of the town's children and people. We all know Pennywise, obviously, if you're born very old, no I'm kidding, from the 1990 movie or the show, and then obviously if you're born in the 2000s, you know it from the 2017 movie that I think everyone knows and has seen at least once in their time. But anyways, MK1 would most likely use Bill Skarsgård look of Pennywise from the 2017 movie, and I'm okay with that, because he looks great in my opinion. It would also be amazing to have a skin of Tim Curry's Pennywise as well. And the skin would be a totally different voice, just like Jean-Claude Van Damme Johnny Cage skin in the game. So this is possible. And this one makes the most sense to be in the game, in the Mortal Kombat 1 game, because Warner Bros. Actually own the right to it as of today. So this could very possibly happen. And I think it's going to happen in at least this or the next Mortal Kombat game, if I'm going to be completely honest.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
Number 4. The Lich King. The Lich King is a character from the Warcraft universe, mainly in World of Warcraft, and has a complex and tragic origin story. Arthas, I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, the human prince of Lordaeron, serves as the vessel for the Lich King's power. His journey towards becoming the Lich King begins with the unending spread of the plague of the undead in Lordaeron. Seeking a way to save his people, Arthas pursues the dread necromancer Kel Tusad, who is spreading the plague on behalf of the Lich King. As he delves deeper into the darkness to combat the undead threat, he eventually succumbs to the lure of the Frostmourne, a cursed rune blade that consumes souls. The Frostmourne, crafted by the Lich King himself, traps Arthas' soul upon contact. Arthas becomes an agent of the Lich King's will, eventually donning the iconic menacing armor of the Lich King. The Lich King is a very, very powerful being in the Warcraft universe and just in general, and control over the Scourge and army of the undead. He controls them now. The Lich King's origins is intertwined with a cosmic entity known as the Burning Legion, led by the demon Lord Kil'jaeden, probably pronouncing it wrong. The Lich King was created by Kil'jaeden to command the Scourge and weaken Azeroth for the Legion's invasion. The influence of the Lich King extends beyond the physical. reaching into the minds and hearts of those under his sway. Arthas, now fully consumed by the Lich King's power, sits upon the frozen throne in Northrend, wielding dominion over the Scourge and the undead army. The Lich King is definitely my favorite character from the World of Warcraft game. I love the World of Warcraft game. I'm playing Classic mostly now because I just prefer Classic over the main game. And the Lich King obviously is the newest update in that game. And I really, really enjoy his character. He's one of the coolest characters in World of Warcraft. But anyways, let's continue.
There be carnage!
Number 3. Carnage. Carnage, a Marvel Comics character, first appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 361 in 1992. The character's real name is Cletus Cassidy, and he is a psychotic serial killer who shared a prison cell with Eddie Brock, the host of Venom. When the Venom symbiote spawned an offspring, it bonded with Cassidy, creating Carnage. Carnage is much more violent and brutal and chaotic than Venom. Cletus Cassidy is already a crazy serial killer and has an unstable personality. And then there's the symbiote that just adds onto it. And that's the reason why Carnage fits so perfectly into MK1. Carnage has been a Spider-Man villain for many years and a Venom villain, and he possesses powerful abilities and strong desire to cause chaos and destruction. Carnage is also now basically a god in the comics. But again, sadly Disney owns Marvel, so there is nearly no chance of this happening because they don't want to put their characters into a game that includes a DC character because DC is their biggest rival. Let's hope I'm wrong. Let's all hope I'm wrong. But anyways, some other Marvel characters I thought would be Deadpool, Wolverine, The Punisher, would all be fantastic. But what Carnage brings is something totally different, and I would love to see him in MK1. But anyways, let's move on to the next character.
Candy eyes ain't felt nothing yet.
Number 2. Lobo. Lobo is a fictional character that first appeared in the Omega Man number 3 in 1983, created by writer Roger Slifer and the artist Keith Giffen for DC Comics. Lobo's origin story has been undergone some changes over the years, but a common thread is his status as an alien and the last of his kind. Originally, Lobo was introduced as a villainous bounty hunter from another planet, Xarina. I never know how to pronounce that. Always tricks me. But anyways, he was too violent and too destructive, so he was an outcast on his peaceful homeworld. Lobo eventually wiped out his entire species as a part of a school science project, earning him the title, the Last Serenian. Lobo's strength, regenerating abilities, and penchant for over-the-top violence quickly established him as a formidable and memorable character in DC Comics, and Stan Lee's favorite character from DC Comics. Over time, Lobo's character evolved from a straightforward antagonist to a complex anti-hero figure. He became a recurring character in various DC Comics series, including his own solo title. Obviously, we need another DC Comics character in MK1, and there are so many characters to choose from, like Deathstroke, who has been leaked to be in Combat Pack 2, so he's not in this video. He would definitely be my second pick if he wasn't already leaked.
I am your father.
My number 1 pick is Darth Vader. Darth Vader, originally named Anakin Skywalker, was a Force-sensitive human born on the desert planet of Tatooine. Discovered by Jedi Knight Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin became the Chosen One, or he was marked as the Chosen One, destined to bring balance to the Force. Trained by Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi after Qui-Gon's death, Anakin displayed great promise but struggled with fear and attachment. As the Galaxy War began, the Clone Wars, Anakin's emotions became a battleground. Manipulated by Chancellor Palpatine, secretly a Sith Lord named Darth Sidious, Anakin turned to the dark side of the Force. Seduced by promises of power and the ability to save his loved ones from death, he turned into Darth Vader. Hunted by his past and the choices that led him to the transformation, Darth Vader served the Galactic Empire with ruthless efficiency. However, a glimmer of Anakin Skywalker remained within him, leading to moments of internal conflict. Ultimately, the redemption of Darth Vader came through the love for his son, Luke Skywalker, as he sacrificed himself to destroy the Sith and fulfill his purpose of bringing balance to the Force. Like I said in an older video, I would love nothing more than to get Darth Vader in this game. He's my favorite character of all time. And who knows, we could get a Dark Anakin Skywalker skin as well, that would be sick. But again, sadly, Disney owns the right to Star Wars. So there's very slim chance of this actually happening, but it would be very, very cool. And he would definitely be my main character, because I love Darth Vader so much. But anyways, this is gonna do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section down below which characters you would like in Mortal Kombat 1, in the Kombat Pack 2 and 3, whatever menu we get. And if you dislike my list, just let me know, and let me know how you would change it then. But anything, without anything further to say, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.